Hi guys, welcome. Dan here from the Magic Junk Drawer. And we have more stories here from the A&P Vault. So we had this kid who started working with us, and he was a great kid. I thought he was a great kid. So nice, very respectful, always on time for work. He used to work any shifts that you gave him. He seemed like he was a really great kid. And what happened was, this was at the time when we had just started taking debit cards. Debit cards, you were allowed to take X amount of dollars back. So if your order came to $25 and you wanted to take 20 out of your bank account, you could put in for $45 and the cashier would give you the $20 bill back. So what this kid was doing was, if the customer's bill came to $25, he would put in $26 and take the dollar from his drawer and set it aside in like the side one, like there's an extra slot all the way to the left of the drawer, and at the end of the night he would take the money. Being that it was only $1, people weren't noticing, and this went on for I don't know a while. And then one day somebody called and was like, do you charge for debit card use? And my boss was like, no. So the first time it happened, you figure it's a mistake. The second time it happens, you figure it's a mistake. The third time it happens, we used to call her mother, and we used to call her mother right to her face, our boss. And no, we liked her. Like, that was just like, we used to call her mother. Like, we were her, and like she used to always say too, you should never lie to mother. So mother was a step ahead of him, and she did some research and she figured out what he was doing. And they actually had him, they had him removed. He was fired. And you know what, like, part of me kind of felt sorry for him. I guess I felt sorry for him because he was a young kid, but that's pretty smart. I never, like, in a million years, I never would have thought to do something like that. But now, one of my friends used to say to me, you would never think to do it because it's not something that you would do. Your brain doesn't work that way. Like, what happened to me once? Oh, this is so shitty that this happened. I was 15, I remember, because I was only allowed to work from 3 to 6. So in 3 to 6, and you don't get a break. You had to work 4 hours to get a break. I know, it's stupid, right? Like, you may as well give me the 4 hours so at least I get a break to sit down or go to the bathroom. So I was on Express, and the line was really long, and I told you before I would get really nervous when the line backed up. So somebody had like a Vogue magazine, and she handed me the $3 while I was ringing up the one customer. She said, here's the $3 for the magazine. I gotta go. So I took the $3 and I stuck it underneath the printer. And once the line went down, which was like 12 minutes later, I rang up the magazine. But I just rang up $3 grocery, which was wrong, because it should have been like under general merchandise, no tax, or whatever it was. So I rang it up wrong. So this was security in the store that was trying to catch me stealing. Now, not me personally, but they would just set up a cashier, and that's what they would do, and I just happened to be the lucky one. Now, I was 15 years old. I was scared shitless because all of a sudden somebody shows up with their register. They're coming on for me, and I know I'm not getting a break, so I'm like, what? And they want to see you in the office. And then right away, I start to sweat profusely because I think I did something wrong, and I have no idea what. So I go up into the office, and when I tell you, over the $3, they grill you like. Meanwhile, a guy could come in with, hey, I bought this leg of lamb. It's bad. It's half eaten. And they give him another one. Me, $3. And I'm like under the light, like behind like the glass, Did somebody hand you $3? And I was like, yeah. Well, why didn't you ring it up? I'm like, the line was really long. I was 15. Like, when I think of like 15-year-old kids, I'm like, I can't believe that like this went on. Terrible. So I explained what I did. I mean, they were watching me from the office anyway. They saw, I'm on camera. They could see I didn't take the $3, but then I didn't ring it up properly. So that threw them off too. But I don't know. I guess I didn't know any better, but like that was awful. Another time, or another thing that they do, which I totally hate, the police do this. They set up kids. They're called Operation Sting, and they send in somebody who looks like he's 25 to buy beer. And when the kid doesn't ID him, the kid, not only does he get fired, but he gets arrested for that, for selling to a minor. And it's always somebody who, you know, has a full beard, who looks like he's older. He's buying like household items. It doesn't look like your random college kid coming in and just picking up a 6-pack of Schlitz. You know what I mean? And the kid, not only does the kid get fired, but he gets arrested too. Yeah. I hated when that happened. But that's what they do to set you up. And then if you get caught X amount of times and the cashiers sell, then the store will lose their liquor license. So we lost a lot of good cashiers that way. And I used to get so angry, you know, because, I mean, the kids are trained. They're supposed to ask everybody for ID. But then you know what happens? Somebody comes in who's 35 and has an attitude because their freaking wallet is out in the car and they don't have it with them. But it's like, you know the rule, you know the law, you know how strict New York has gotten. Bring your fucking wallet in. Pardon my language, but it would get me so angry. Because then they would berate the cashier. I'm 35. Look, I got 2 kids with me. I'm old enough. You know, and then meanwhile, it's not the kid's fault. You know, he's just doing his job. I know. So sometimes, like, the more intimidated the kid was, the less likely they would ask for the ID because they were afraid of, you know, somebody getting crazy. I mean, I've had people get really nasty with me too. Meanwhile, it's like, listen, you know, it's the law. I'm not doing this because I care how old you are. I really don't. And I don't care how much you drink either. But you got to show me your ID. All right. If you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Drawer, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.